Hell yeah. You're watching The Dusty Show. Let's fucking do it.
It's time for religious bullshit.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the best one-man show on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. It's Hump Day. We gonna hump the shit out of this show. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Got a big after party tonight, so if you don't have your ticket, get your ticket. I've been saving up all the good stuff for the after party tonight, so fuck yeah. Before we get started, a lot of people have been asking about my new diet, so you guys who watch the show know that I created a special new diet. Not a diet to lose weight, but like a long-term longevity diet that focuses on optimal brain function and heart health. And so here's the plan. Escape velocity. So the theory is that in a few years, we're going to have life extension technology. And at first, it's going to be slow. Just going to extend your life like 10 years. But in that 10 years, they'll have something else that extend it 20. And that 20, another 50. And then you live forever. But you have to live until that happens. So you want to be healthy now while you still can. So I got together with AI and I was like, AI, make me live forever. What can I eat? And we worked it out. Right down to the macronutrients, exactly what I need to make my brain function at its optimal level and my heart not to explode in my chest like my dead daddy did when he was 54. Rest in peace, dead daddy. Anyway, I thought I'd go over you guys real quick why I chose everything that I chose. Gonna pull up the AI here and read my fucking notes at you. So first off, I had the ability to eat basically the same thing every fucking day with very little variety because I'm a psychopath. But this is just the start of my diet. Eventually, I'll add more stuff to it, a few replacements here and there to add more variety. This is just the jumping off point. So here's basically what my diet consists of. First off, Morningstar Farm veggie burgers. Very important. And you get these at Walmart. They're pretty cheap. This whole diet is actually fairly inexpensive, you know, compared to eating meat and shit. The whole thing is vegetarian. It's not vegan. Most of it's vegan. There's a few things not vegan. It's mostly vegetarian, so that's good. But the veggie burgers are better, in my opinion, than the bean burgers. The bean burgers fall apart a little bit too much. Veggie burgers have a little bit more calories, have 20 more calories per, don't lay on my keyboard, have 20 more calories per patty, but less carbs, which is good, right? So I eat 2 of those a day. And you want to use keto buns. They do have keto buns at Walmart that are 50 calories per bun, which is incredible. Regular buns are like 150 calories, y'all. It's like a third of the calories. I couldn't find them this time, so I had to get these 70-calorie keto buns. But they have more protein in it, which is good. Protein, very important. Protein regulates everything. Your hormones, your muscle loss. You don't want to lose a lot of fucking muscle. Your brain function. Everything runs off protein. So you need to make sure you have the optimal amount of protein every day, which for me is over 100 grams a day. Like between 100 and 150 a day. Pretty much the same for all of you, probably. And it's really hard to meet that level of protein, especially for a cheap price, if you're doing a vegetarian diet, unless you use this baby. Woo! Look at this. Fuck yeah! That's a big thing, folks. Huge. Whey protein. Now, this is not vegan, it's vegetarian, but it's basically a waste product. So when they make cheese, they're going to throw the extra parts that they don't even use for the cheese away, but instead some gingers like, hey, why don't we boil it down and make whey protein powder? And every scoop has 25 grams of protein. So basically, 2 scoops, baby, you got half your protein for the fucking day. I mix it with a yogurt. Yogurt also has huge amounts of protein in it. And then also you want to sprinkle in a little bit, like a spoonful of unsweetened cocoa powder. Now, cocoa powder is unsweetened, doesn't taste good. It's bitter as fuck, but apparently has something special in it for your brain. We'll get that in a minute. This big ass thing right here, $50 from Amazon. This is, if you eat 2 scoops a day, this is a month's supply. Not too bad, though, especially if you consider like one steak is $50 nowadays. Everything's fucking crazy. So, fruit, you want fruit? I like apples, peaches, pears, plums, but really whatever fruit you want, you get out of this diet. It's all good. It's interchangeable. Carrots, that's something I eat. My main goal for this diet was to have no meal prep, and I don't want to cook, period. I just want to I just grab out of the refrigerator and don't have to fucking cook anything. So the only thing you really have to cook is you have to heat up the Morningstar burgers. Takes 7 minutes in the air fryer. It's like no problem whatsoever. Everything else, you just grab out of the fucking refrigerator. So it's super fucking easy. No washing shit, pots and pans, fuck all that. Blueberries, very fucking important. One of the most evidence-backed brain foods, apparently. I didn't know this. It has anthocyanins. I'm sure I'm pronouncing all these words correctly. Improve memory and slows cognitive decline by 2.5 years in long-term Harvard studies. And I trust Harvard. And it also improves endothelial function and reduces artery stiffness in your heart. So very important. The blueberries, you need about a half a cup to a cup every single day. Hazelnuts. So you guys know there are two different kinds of fats. One bad kind, one good kind. There's a bad kind of cholesterol, a good kind of cholesterol. One type of fat congeals in your heart, clogs up your artery, and murders you. The other type of fat's like an oil. It like lubricates that shit where the blood just flows through smooth as shit. And that's the kind of fat you want. And that's the kind of fat that's in hazelnuts. Hazelnuts the best source of it. They call it MUFAs, monosaturated fats, plus a vitamin E. So about half an ounce to an ounce a day, about 10 hazelnuts a day you want to eat. I just throw it into my my pudding mix of yogurt and 2 scoops of protein powder, and also, of course, the little scoop of the cocoa on top. Whole thing's a lot of fucking protein, fills you up. Tastes like just pudding or cake batter. It's actually pretty good. And then unsweetened cocoa powder. You want to make sure you don't get the Dutch kind. Basically, the only ingredient you want in there is cocoa powder. And very important, it's high in flavonol content. It boosts nitrous oxide production for better cerebral blood flow. And flavonoids improve vascular elasticity and low blood pressure. So all this is working together to make the ultimate diet. Make sure that you don't die before the singularity hits. And then lots of supplements, folks. We're going to go over these supplements. All these supplements together add up to about $100 a month. So the first one is nature-made multivitamins. You want a multivitamin just to fill in the gaps because your diet's not going to have everything you need. So I had a good chewable multivitamin. I got this from all this stuff from Amazon. Not too bad. Next up, Alga Omega. This is a specific one for your brain function. This is what AI recommended to help your brain function. Alpha Omega. And what this does is it DHEPA. DHA is crucial for synaptic plasticity. You want your brain to be very plastic, and has anti-inflammation effects in blood vessels also. So a very good supplement. And then I got NutriCost Alpha GPC. Boom, right here. It's a potent choline source. I never even heard of that word, but apparently I need a choline in my diet. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that word correctly. Choline, get out of the fucking box. Cats, unhelpful. Choline is a precursor to acetylcholine and a neurotransmitter for memory and learning, so good for your brain. And as far as your heart goes, it may support healthy blood pressure via improved endothelial signaling. And then magnesium, very important. You want to make sure you get your full dose of magnesium every day. Magnesium, many people fall short of optimal magnesium intake, supports over 300 enzymatic reactions, including those involved in mood regulation. So I'm going to be in good moods from now on, unlike the bitch I usually am. And it reduces blood pressure and helps maintain normal heart rhythm, so that's very important. And last but not least, so you're supposed to eat a little bit of broccoli every day. And I'm like, fuck that. I ain't no goddamn broccoli. So I got these supplements for broccoli. Sulforaphane produced supplement for those not eating broccoli. Sulforaphane supports detox pathways that protects brain cell from oxidative injury. And it's anti-inflammatory and improves lipid profile in some studies for your heart too. So all this together, the perfect storm for the best diet you can get that's pretty cheap. No hassle. No goddamn meal prep. Just pull it out there and fucking eat it. And anyway, that's what I went with, folks. Nutrient density. Every food was chosen for its micronutrient payload per calorie. Synergy. Foods like blueberries and cocoa, MUFAs, plus omega-3s and choline antioxidants reinforce each other's benefits. Low saturated fat protects arteries without sacrifice of taste or protein. High polyphenols and carotenoids protects neurons and heart tissues from oxidative damage. And balanced micronutrients, sufficient protein, healthy fats, and fiber to maintain energy, weight, and mental sharpness. sharpness. Boom goes the dynamite. So, hey, maybe I'll encourage some of you guys to eat a little healthier, and maybe vegetarian. That's also good. Vegetarian, way better for your heart. You guys will be so shocked. Like, if you go get like an Angus patty from Walmart, right? That's if you can't afford to go to the fast food and get your burgers, go get your Angus patty at Walmart. And you put it on a regular bun, maybe add a couple strips of bacon to it, cheese, some mayonnaise. 800 calories. Motherfuckers, 800 calories per burger. These little veggie burgers on 2 buns, maybe some mustard, lettuce, and tomato, 200 calories. So you can eat 4 veggie burgers for every 1 regular burger. It's amazing how much healthier this stuff is for you. So get out there and do it to it. And it's way cheaper as well. And that is my diet. Thank you guys for asking. And all right, let's kick the show off, folks. I'll tell you what I did today before I get started. I found a couple hours to play The Last of Us Part 2 in VR, and it was fucking awesome. But if you guys have not played The Last of Us Part 2, I hate to spoil it for you, but I think Joe and Ellie, they might be the baddies. They might be the baddies, a little bit a lot. Joe and Ellie, the baddies of the story. I think Joe might have fucked around and found out and got what he deserved. So, I don't know, but awesome fucking game. I don't care if she's a lesbian, don't bother me at all. And also, I watched last night. I found me 2.5 hours to watch that new Pedro Pascal Joaquin Phoenix movie, Eddington. And it was 2.5 hours long. Should have been 90 minutes. It was way too long. I don't think I would recommend it. I'm just happy to see Pedro Pascal get some work. Lord knows he deserves it. So anyway. Folks, as always, Super Chats are open. It's the lifeblood of the show. You know how it works. You donate money over here. Boom. Click that $, hit the Super Chats, donate what you want to, and I'll read your words at the end of the show. So if you like the daily shows, please vote with your dollars, and I'll keep doing it. Help a brother out, HBO. Super Chats. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. Basically, going to start with some Trash World, and then all the rest of the show is just Chud Watch. Got one hero at the end. Let's do it to it. It's time for some Trash World. Somewhere, boom. Yeah! Trash World, it's a trash world, it's a dumpster fire, and it's hellish trash world. A trash world, everything sucks. All the goddamn time in the trash world. And we're actually going to do a Trash World Free Palestine religious bullshit combo tonight. I know everybody hates the combos, but we only have a couple of each of these, and they're all fucking trash. So, another week, another mass shooting by a terrorist Trump supporter. Yes, this son of a bitch went to a Target and killed 3 minorities.
Tales this morning about the horror that unfolded in this Target parking lot, where police say 32-year-old Ethan Nineker opened fire at random, killing 3.
What happened was an unprovoked and deliberate attack, a deliberate act of violence. Innocent lives were taken in broad daylight.
He is armed with a firearm.
Nineker appearing bloody and bruised in this police booking photo. His deadly spree began, investigators say, when he shot and killed a Target employee who was collecting shopping carts. Authorities identifying the employee as 24-year-old Hector Martinez Machuca. 65-year-old Adam Chow was in his car with his wife and 4-year-old granddaughter, Astrid.
He then approached Chow's family vehicle, shooting and killing Mr. Chow and the 4-year-old before assaulting Mrs. Chow and stealing their gray Toyota 4Runner.
He later crashed the stolen 4Runner, police say, before assaulting another female driver and stealing her car. The hunt for Nineker ended after witnesses called police to report a naked male walking through a backyard.
As you do.
He said that he was Jesus, and there was really no reason whatsoever given. It was a completely random choosing of the victims.
What? A completely random choosing of the victims. They were all minorities, so I doubt it was that random. Seems like, once again, the media is covering up for white supremacy.
Ashley Fairley had been shopping inside the Target with her 13-year-old daughter when she heard shots ring out.
We just haul it to the back of the store because I'm not sure where the gunman is, and if there's shots, I'm trying to be just like a human shield behind her.
Nineker now facing 3 murder charges. Austin police say he has a long...
So obviously they're going to militarize this city, right, in Texas, right? They're going to set up martial law. I mean, Big Balls got beat up by a 15-year-old, so they had to martial law DC. So surely, no, of course not. Just don't give a fuck. It's when a MAGA's on, so why should they fucking care? And yes, first off, killed this little 4-year-old girl, killed her grandfather. Looks like he was targeting minorities to me. And they checked out his social media, and of course, as you expect, he was a Donald Trump supporting MAGA dickhead. Hated, first, blamed Hillary Clinton for killing Epstein, even though Donald Trump was the president. Never hold Donald Trump accountable. Here's somebody, 2020 Trump, President Trump, and he's like, this is American as hell, American as fuck, he posted. He posted Bernie Sanders making fun of him because he dared to travel in first class. At least he's not using a private plane. Of course, he hated AOC. Here he is. White straight dudes exist. SJWs and radical leftists. It's the SJWs, y'all. What year is this? Holy God. It's always 2016 in these people's brains. I hate fascism, but I'll be a fascist as long as it supports me. Yeah, no shit. That's fascism 101, motherfucker. When you spend centuries killing your neighbors, but when Europeans do it, it's different and evil. Ha 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 ha. LOL, Kamala Harris drops out of the presidential race. So funny. Absolutely no one. Female college students vote communist. He hated commies, of course. A New Hampshire Democratic presidential poll has Beto O'Rourke at 2%. I'm dying. So funny. He's tied with scam milk. Liberals, please continue on I-40 until you have left our great state of Texas. Yeah, we'd hate for you assholes to stick around here and get killed by me. So, as you would expect, the same exact type of terroristic trash that follows Donald Trump. They're all goddamn mentally ill, every fucking one of them, in my opinion. And no surprise there. Meanwhile, in the worst country that has ever existed, the United States is going to sanction other countries that are trying to fight climate change. Because why wouldn't you punish countries for trying to stop the earth from being destroyed? Yeah, you can't do that. You have to let your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren die, or we're going to punish you. We're great. The U.S. on Tuesday rejected the net zero framework proposal by the International Maritime Organization, which is aimed at reducing global greenhouse gas emissions from the international shipping sector, and threatened measures against countries that support it. Yeah, we're going to punish you if you try to do anything about global warming. You have to just let the country and the whole world fucking die. Why not? Why not? We're so stupid. Isn't there some point where other countries have to defend themselves against us? Doesn't the world, like Israel, have the right to defend itself? I mean, we're clearly trying to destroy the planet. It's just crazy how insane this goddamn place is. And now moving into Free Palestine news. It's basically Hitler 2.0 here. Here's Benjamin Netanyahu, the leader of Israel. He feels strongly that he has a historic and spiritual mission and identifies with the vision of a greater Israel, encompassing land beyond Israel's current borders, including areas slated for Palestinian state and parts of Jordan and Egypt. Yeah, the whole world, folks, is just like Germany. There is no stopping the cancer that is Zionism. America is on their list, I guarantee you, the whole fucking planet. We must all be conquered. We must all be enslaved by this fucking cult. And hey, man, who's to say they won't fucking do it? They rule our government. We can't speak out against them without getting kicked out of schools. You literally can't protest them if you want FEMA funds. They've destroyed our First Amendment speech. 70% of their genocide paid by us while they have free health care, while they have free college. So they rule us, baby. Are we the baddies? Meanwhile, they're trying to ship the Palestinians off to South Sudan because why wouldn't you? It's what I told you guys in the very beginning. They're going to genocide them, and the very few they leave alive, they're going to ethnically cleanse them, kick them off their land, and they build beachfront properties. So expect a Trump golf course in the Gaza Strip any day now. And then let's move along to religious bullshit. And folks, you're not going to believe this. They finally caught one. And prepare yourselves. I quadruple checked this one, folks. I'm shook. I'm shook. This time, it was a youth pastor. I know, a youth pastor, Colorado youth pastor, arrested on child sex charges. A Jersey City pastor who resigned in June has been charged with sexually assaulting 2 children while he was working as a youth pastor. At an embattled Colorado church over 2 decades ago, Robert Anthony Tony Langston, 60, who served as lead pastor at Tapestry Church in Jersey City, is accused of assaulting 2 members of the Landmark Tabernacle in Denver. What? A youth pastor? Nah. And this is how bad it's getting, folks. Just this month alone, almost more than one a day on average, there were 34 church leaders and Christian school employees who were arrested, pled guilty, or were sentenced to prison for child sex crimes in the month of July. Not a single right-wing influencer talking about this. The vast majority of America knows nothing about this because they get all their news from Twitter, and it's dominated by right-wingers, libs of TikTok, and all of them who shit on gay people all day long because they're coming for your kids, or shit on trans people or drag queens. Never speak about this because they don't actually fucking care. Nobody actually cares. This country doesn't give a shit about children. It's all completely fucking fake. But it's so bizarre this is going on and nobody's fucking talking about it. I'm one of the only shows I know that even brings this shit up, man. Craziness. And all right, that is my trash war for this evening. And as always, it's super trash. What a garbage goddamn country. Not trans, not gay, not immigrants. Yeah, man, if there were like lots of trans people, I would 100% cover it. I've covered every time I found a trans person who got arrested for child porn, I've covered on the show. And it's been like two in the last 8 years. Because people send it to me. People are like, why aren't you covering this, Dusty? And I immediately cover it. Because I'm fucking fair and balanced on here, right? I don't want you guys to think I'm not fucking honest. If it's happening, I would definitely fucking cover it. It's just not happening. So just nuts. And all right, folks, move around along. The whole rest of the show is basically just hell yeah, yo. Where my party people at? Then what happened, y'all? Then what does Ric Flair say? Woo! And first off, in martial law news, because that's a thing. Bootlickers everywhere. They're cheering for the erosion of our rights, for the militarization of our streets, like a super popular right-wing influencer, Gunther Eagleman, 1.5 million followers. Just to give you guys an idea, I have 6,000. I have not been able to get more than 6,000 in the 8 years I've been trying to build up my channel. But if you're a right-winger, all day long, because on Twitter what they do is they censor you if you're a left-winger. They don't actually delete your shit, but they just make sure nobody sees it. And if you're a right-winger, it gets broadcast to everybody on their front page always. Got to reward that shit. Here they are. Finally, the National Guard is rolling out in D.C. It's time for law and order. Yeah, look at how great this is, folks. Look at all the military. Our city streets are now Fallujah. Fallujah was a test run for America. And isn't it great, y'all? Isn't this fucking terrific? Here's another one. I'm in tears. A patriot sat out there and he's fucking saluting the militarization and the takeover and the dictatorship and the erosion of all our freedoms. Look at this guy. Thank you, guys. Thank you for destroying what made America good. Thank you for turning us into a third world shithole, a tin-pot dictatorship. I salute you guys. Isn't this what you fought against? I don't know if you're really a veteran or not, but isn't fascism what you fought for? What most of our soldiers died for? And you're out there saluting it like it's a good thing, and this meme is dead on. Tread on me, daddy. Yeah, the biggest cucks, the biggest sycophants. They love authoritarianism, baby. They love to be walked on. They love to be fucking slaves while pretending they're steely-eyed missile man alpha males who stand up to tyranny. You love tyranny. It's just crazy, but it's all doublethink. They pretend they're badasses while at the same time bending over and taking every dick they can find. Meanwhile, Hey Group says Trump's takeover of D.C. will make people understand that dictatorships are actually good. Yeah, it's good to have a dictatorship. If Americans are shown a Washington, D.C. free of crime, safe to wonder, perhaps even restored and beautified, and told that's a dictatorship, then they may just decide that dictatorship is agreeable. they may just decide that the world could do with a few more dictators. Yay, America! Sell us that dictatorship, daddy. Who needs democracy? Who needs what made America great? What we need is a dictator. And hey, not just any dictator would do. Donald Trump, baby, got to rule you for life. And it looks like it's going to happen, folks. We'll see. Don't seem like he's going to leave anytime soon. And then they asked boxer wine judge Janine, who's running D.C. for some reason, because the whole country's a joke. She was like, hey, the problem in D.C., a lot of the problem is the guns. All the bad guys have guns. So they're like, hey, okay, are you going to do something about the guns? You said the guns are the problem. Are you going to actually do something? Here's her response.
Out of time? That means it's had enough. Goodbye. Thank you. I want you to report on
But
this.
you said it's guns. You said it's guns on the street that's causing this problem. Are you concerned that the DOJ's funding cuts to gun violence prevention programs undermine the effort?
Stop it. We are putting all...
Oh, stop it. Don't ask me that question. Fuck off. You know I'm not going to do anything about guns. I'm going to complain about guns and bad guys having guns. But we're not actually going to do anything about fucking guns, okay? More guns than we're actually going to do. We're going to do the opposite of everything we say. Okay. Please don't ask me questions. I have a box of wine to drink, okay? Just,
Holy God, what a stupid fucking country. On the Trump Watch. Let's check in with Shoe on the Head to see what she's up to. I haven't paid attention to her in a long time. Still trash. So here's how she's trying to sell the military takeover of our streets, the martial law. She's like, my views on crime when I lived in the suburbs of Long Island versus my views on crime when I moved to the city. Yeah, I used to be SpongeBob, and now I'm Hitler. She's almost 40, y'all. Still an edgelord, still 2016. She's married to a Catholic right-wing dickhead, so yay! 10,000 likes for this bottom feeder. Still doing what she do. Hasn't matured a fucking second. Almost fucking 40, hasn't grown up. And why should she? Having the mentality of a 12-year-old is still what gets you paid in the society, still what gets you fucking clicks. There's no reason for her to mature and stop being a ridiculous edgelord. And holy shit, this didn't be said. Based from this young gentleman. Let's give him the microphone.
You're telling me that a 15-year-old girl punches a 19-year-old fuckknuckle named Big Balls during a carjacking, and that's our generation's Reichstag fire?
Yep.
God damn, I hate this timeline. You know, at least Trump didn't send in the National Guard on January 6th, the most violent day in D.C. in the last 30 fucking years. But now that crime is down to a 30-year low and this year's another 26% drop from last year, it needs to become a fucking police state? Jesus, tap dancing Christ. We've had mass shootings, school shootings, and natural fucking disasters that didn't get this kind of fucking response. Oh, and by the way, if you watched that press briefing and came away thinking anything other than this guy's a few marbles short of a set, you're so slow I could time you with a calendar because that geriatric motherfucker repeatedly called Alaska Russia, for Christ's sake. If Biden had done that, you motherfuckers would have been so busy losing all three of your collective brain cells, you'd have forgotten your mother's fucking birthday.
All of this.
And furthermore, I'd like to invite all of you hypocritical buckets of piss to go ahead and get fucked. Because if Obama or Biden announced they were federalizing the DC police and setting the National Guard loose on US fucking citizens, you amosexual shrimp dicks would have been marching in the fucking streets. Get fucked.
I agree with every word. Well said, young gentleman. Beast. And we got any more martial law news? Yeah, one more. Newsmax bragging that, hey, you think DC is just the start? Hell no. Donald Trump coming for the rest of the country.
Notice the D. So she should know the answer. The Attorney General's in charge. But if you can't figure that out, maybe that's a sign you can't handle crime either. One of many reasons why D.C. and so many other blue cities are a complete and utter disaster, which is why, mark my words, the president is only using D.C. as the opening salvo. I bet he's coming for L.A. and Detroit,
don't say.
San Fran, New York, especially with a socialist likely to be that city's next mayor.
Yeah, we're coming for your cities. Martial law takeover, dictatorship, the erosion of all your fucking rights coming to a blue city near you soon. This is just his jumping off point. Who could have told you guys this? Of course, that's what I've been saying all along. He's just getting you used to it. Boiling the frog slowly. Getting the public used to the fact that the military is on our streets, completely normal. And then crack down on protesters. You're not allowed to stand up and protest against what's happening. And then the declaration of the Insurrection Act so he can suspend the midterm elections. They're trying to gerrymander. We're about to get to that in a second. But if the gerrymander doesn't work, definitely the suspending of the elections is next. They got a playbook, folks. They're not giving up power. Remember what happened last time? They tried to overthrow the government on January 6th. Now he's back in power because we're the dumbest motherfuckers on earth. Elect him again. He ain't leaving without a fight. But to be honest with you, when it comes to martial law, the only opinion I really give a shit about is super genius Brett Terhune.
As a MAGA Christian who's barely left a small town in rural America, I want to give it to you straight about Washington, D.C. It's a war zone. Because you can tell by looking at me, I'm an alpha male. There's two tough men that walk the face of this flat earth. John Wayne, and he's dead, and you're looking at the other one. But nothing scares me more than a big city. If they got a pro sports team, buddy, I'm locking my doors before I even leave the driveway. Just to be safe, you know. And, but I was in D.C. not too long ago, and it was terrifying. It was a war zone. First off, there's nowhere to park a plus-size truck. So eventually I found a spot, and I climbed down the ladder, and as soon as my feet touched the pavement, it was just everything coming at me. I said, public transportation. And then I looked to my right, and I said, people darker than me. And one of them looked at me, and he said, hello there, buddy. How are you doing? And then I said, good, sir. But in my head, I'm thinking, I'm not your buddy, guy. And then I looked down the street, and there's two people holding hands, and I said, finally, we got some normalcy. And then I zoomed out, because that's how I look at people, is I look at their hands and I zoom out. And it was two men holding hands, and they were facing away from me and walking away from me, but they were doing it at me. It was a personal attack. It's how I felt. So now I'm in the middle of D.C., sweating, breathing heavy, and that's just from seeing the gay couple. And on top of that, now I'm having a panic attack. So I duck inside a restaurant, and immediately all kinds of, I said, what is that? I never smelled that. And I said, what's this? And they said, foreign food. And of course they didn't say that. They said whatever it was. But I heard foreign food, and everybody was looking at me. So I took a bite. I said, I'll try it. And I spit it right out. I said, what did you put in this? He said, sir, that's called seasoning. I said, get me the hell out of here. Get me back to God's country. Get me back to the land of chicken tenders and fries. So no, I'm running down the sidewalk, which for me is just a brisk walk, but I'm running. And a homeless man, he comes out of the alley and he says, hey, buddy, can I get $1? And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm not your buddy, guy. But out on the outside, you know, I'm a MAGA Christian. So I said, go on, get. And then I keep going down the sidewalk, and then right in front of me at the intersection, somebody stole an Amazon truck. He had an Amazon hat and an Amazon uniform on, one of them scanner things, but he was darker than me, so he stole the truck, and that scanner was probably a gun, but it was a war zone. And finally, I was just overwhelmed, and I was cold. It was January 6th, I think it was. So I ducked into the Capitol building to stop off at the gift shop, maybe take a dump on Nancy Pelosi's desk and beat a cop with the Blue Lives Matter flag, but it was only then that I felt safe from the war zone.
Oh, what a fucking genius. I love me some Brett Terhune. Oh, God damn it. Protect this man at all costs. Yes, if you don't know, that was satire. He's a brilliant comedian, Brett Terhune. Immediately run, don't walk, to subscribe to Brett Terhune at Brett Terhune if you're on Twitter, which you shouldn't be. And then moving along to the economy. Let's check out the economy to see what's going on. July layoffs are at the highest level since the start of the pandemic. That seems bad. U.S. layoffs surged in July to the highest level since the early months of COVID-19 pandemic. Who was president when that was happening? I can't remember. In July, there were 62,075 job cuts announced, according to a report by outplacement firm challenger Gray and Christmas. Eventually, they won't be able to report those stats anymore. That's a 29% jump from June and 140% higher than the 25,885 announced in July 2024, back when the zombie Biden was president. The July figure is well above the post-pandemic average for a month and slightly higher than the past decade. So it seems bad to me, to be honest with you. Even though Wall Street's shrugging it off. We're getting there in a second. But tourism way down. I've been reporting this for you. Visits to the U.S. from Europe are down 35%. Tighter border rules and putting European tourists off holidaying in the U.S. According to the Europeans' biggest package trip operator, TUI's chief executive, Sebastian Ebel, said there had been a significant decline in travel to the U.S. due to the multitude of factors, including the atmosphere, what you hear from border control. Yes, we're a pariah state, and everybody's boycotting us. Everybody hates us, and why would you want to come here? We might disappear you to concentration camps. And they deleted this one. So fuck that. We'll move on from there. And is this good? I can tell. Inflation, baby. So just a few months ago, like 4 months ago, beef loin New York steak boneless, the same exact thing, $50. Now it's $78. What a huge jump. Remember, folks, the Democrats were going to take your steaks away from you, make you eat bugs, you fucking idiots. But nope, it was the conservatives. They took your meat from you, and now only rich people can fucking afford it. All you poors, all you can afford now is bugs. So, ha ha, it's always the exact opposite. They always tell you what they're going to do, but they always say the other guy's going to do it to you right before they just fuck you in your ass. And you guys fell for it again, so good. Eat your cat food and die, you goddamn dipshits. Meanwhile, it's such a scam, folks. For those of you who live in other countries, you just can't imagine how ridiculous our healthcare system is. Even I can't imagine it. First off, even if you have insurance, it's set up to bankrupt you. But if you don't have insurance, you're fucking dead in the water. Mother left with $70,000 bill for a 15-minute trip to the emergency room for her 6-month-old son. California woman Jessica Farrell says she was forced by doctors to put her son in a helicopter, which ended up costing $90,000. The incentive doesn't end there. After the 15-minute helicopter ride, which was deemed necessary by the doctors because the hospital Farrell went to didn't have a burn unit, she was forced to put her son in an ambulance to get him from the helipad to the hospital. The 0.3-mile ride was $10,200. The son, Brody, was treated with second-degree burns and was discharged the next day. The entire ordeal came to over $100,000, folks. So, yep, if you get sick in this country, just die quickly. That is our health care plan, and Donald Trump just knocked 17 million people off Medicaid. So, seems bad, but hey, they got their tax cuts. That's all that matters. Our life does not matter, but we voted for it. At least 34% of us voted for it. And we have a system that allows 34% of people to decide to murder us all. So, I guess we get what we fucking deserve. Remember all those cuts Doge was going to do? You know, the world's richest man. He was working for free out of the goodness on his heart to cut out government waste. But it turns out it was all a con. Who could have seen this coming? And they actually only cut out 5% of what they claimed. 95% of Doge claim cuts are fake. They were just trying to distract you and pretend like they were cutting government waste so they could give themselves giant fucking tax breaks and shift the tax burden to the poor middle class in order to keep us even more under their thumb and make the disparity between the richest and the poor even greater. Who could have seen it coming? Sigh. Then an audit has found 139 VA medical centers are facing severe staffing shortages due to mass layoffs and funding cuts. This is what Elon Musk did, folks. This is what he did while he pretended he was cutting government waste. He actually cut services to our troops because they love the troops, don't they? They're so fake. There's nothing faker in this goddamn world than a conservative. Support our troops, support our troops. They 100% don't support them in any way whatsoever. It's just lip service. Just like everything else. They say one thing and they do a fucking another and they don't actually care. Not a shred of empathy among any of them. Meanwhile, crazy to think, but 25% of the national debt is because of one person. It's only going to get more. For context, roughly 25% of our total national debt incurred over the last 230 years actually occurred during the 4 years of the Trump administration. That's right, 25% of our entire national debt all during the Trump years. And by the time he gets out of there, it's going to be 30 to 35% from one guy. One guy, the amount of damage this one guy has done is incredible. So yes, your future children, your grandchildren, their grandchildren are going to be born into debt, going to be born into owing hundreds of thousands of dollars for Trump's billion-dollar aircraft and Elon Musk to be the first trillionaire because we are the biggest suckers and losers on the fucking planet. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And this is why he needs martial law, folks, to make sure he can stay in power because, believe it or not, this is not all that popular. Only 38% of the people in America support this, which is way too much, to be honest with you. But still, they're the minority, so they have to rule us by minority, so that's what they need the military for. And then, turns out, a lot of dumbasses voted for Trump, folks, and they're having a little bit of buyer's remorse, like this fucking dipshit who fell under the net of the martial law.
The video shows one agent pushing Biden up against the wall and demanding he prove his citizenship.
I truly believe I was a target because of my race. I believe I was racially profiled. I believe I was attacked because I was walking while brown.
Obviously. Biden says he voted for Trump.
Because I believe he ran on lies.
No, he didn't. He told you exactly what the fuck he was going to do, you goddamn idiot. He could not have been more clear. Oh, they're worse. They're rapists and murderers and killers. We got to get them out of our country, folks. Biden at the border open. They're so evil. He was talking about you fucking moron, and you didn't give a shit because you thought trans people were going to get hurt, remember? I voted for the felon, remember? Well, fuck around and find out, motherfucker.
Ran on lies. He lied to many of us.
President Trump said that he was going to do this. He said mass deportation.
Yes, he did.
This is part of his plan.
Yeah, he said criminals. We were all manipulated.
He said you were all criminals. That's what he fucking said. You weren't listening.
All brainwashed, and now look at us. We are all suffering because of it, and I feel guilty 100%.
Yeah, you should. Maybe you should never speak again, right? Maybe you should just like slink away, hide under a rock, never show your face again. But you won't. 100% this guy will vote for Trump a third time if he gets a goddamn chance. No lessons will be learned because these are the dumbest people that could ever fucking exist. Fuck you. But Dow Jones back up again today, folks. They're shrugging off all this bad economic news. Another 463 points a day. A big week for the Dow Jones. Although it's only up 500 points on the week, to be honest with you. And to give you some perspective, the first 6 months of Joe Biden's term last year, it was up 1,700 points at this moment. And it's only up about 500 points. When Trump took office, it was 44,000. I guess it's up 1,000. It was 44,000. Now it's a 44,922. So still about a half of what it was. Apples to apples comparison. But still, like, I got to be honest, it's got a nice boost. Now, the reason it's got a boost is because inflation did go up, but it didn't go up way more than they thought it was going to. And so if it didn't go up way more than they thought it was going to, the Fed was already scheduled to do rate cuts. And so when interest rates are high, it makes Treasury bills more attractive. So people are more likely to buy them. And when they lower the rate, it makes Treasury bills less attractive. So people are more likely to invest in the stock market. So they're pricing into the stock market. They believe the stock market is going to go up because they're going to lower rates. And the same thing affects Bitcoin. Oh my God, Bitcoin just hit an all-time high again today, folks. $123,534. Man, if only some sexy white-haired God-looking motherfucker would have told you guys 2 years ago to buy Bitcoin, you guys would be rolling in it. You guys might remember 2 years ago, my ass, when Bitcoin was $28,000, said, hey guys, Bitcoin is about to explode again. I'm telling you right now. If you guys would have invested in it, you guys would be up $100,000. You know, about one Bitcoin, I only wish I would have had more money to invest in it. I only had a couple $1,000s, but I mean, I tripled that couple $1,000s, but it ain't much. Sucks when you can literally predict the future, but you're too poor to cash in on it. That's my lot in life, baby, whatever. And anyway, Eric Trump lying his ass off on Fox News, and it's surprising to see them actually fact-check him live about it. Here he is claiming that the stock market didn't go up under Joe Biden, and they didn't set any all-time highs, but that was a fucking lie.
I'm glad I look at the 401ks and I see how much they've gone up. And I'm glad I look at inflation and see how much it's gone down. I'm glad interest rates are going to come down. I mean, we're getting our country back. We were in a dark spot. You know this better than anybody. You cover the markets every single day. And
well, let me just be clear. Under Biden in the last year, the S&P had 56 record highs. But
56 record highs. It went up at a much faster pace than it is under Donald Trump. Now, the stock market is set up to go up for fucking ever, right? It's stacked. It's rigged to go for fucking ever, so we're always going to have new highs. But the rate of growth is actually far, far less under Donald Trump than it was under Joe Biden, just like it was under Donald Trump than it was under Obama. Even though they still had all-time highs under Trump when he was president, it was much slower than it was under Obama, because it's always the way. Democrats are always much better for the economy, but they're really bad at messaging, so nobody fucking knows that. So what good is it to be better at the economy when you can't get your message out to the fucking people? Useless. A lot of people, though, mad about it, folks. A lot of people not feeling the love from Donald Trump and his economic policies. Donna M. Freeman was one of his biggest supporters. Here he is posting Donald Trump as a crusader. That seems terrifying. Here he is. I'm giving you your country back. Merry Christmas, America. Yeah, you fucking idiots. MAGA Donald Trump. She loved her some Donald Trump. I'll stand with President Trump. Yeah, you did. The best is yet to come. Spoiler alert, it's not. And now she's like, not for seniors. And have him stop saying no tax on Social Security. It is only up to $6,000, so he lies every time he says that. Devoted supporter since 2015, and I worked hard for his re-election. As a disabled senior, I am not thriving at all with COVID prices. They are not going down to pre-COVID prices. They're never going down to pre-COVID prices. That would be deflation. That's not how any of this works, you moron. Tell that motherfucker to go back to those prices before 2020. What happened to Doge $5,000 in tariff refund? You're a moron. That's what happened. More lies. He's losing my 10-year support. Have you considered suicide? I don't know. Just eat your fucking dog food and die, Grandma. Seriously. Too dumb to live. And that... The fucking orange scoop has to make everything about him. That's what narcissists do, folks. It's just so embarrassing all the time. So the Kennedy Center honors. So the Kennedy Art Center basically gives honors every year for different artists. And it's usually there's like a board of directors that decides who the people they're going to honor who get rewards. But of course, Donald Trump's got to be in control of everything because he's our dictator. It's the North Koreification of our country. So now he's in charge of 100% being the sole person who decides who gets all the awards for the Trump Kennedy Center, because of course he does. He's even going to host the award ceremony. He's like, oh my God, they asked me to host it. I didn't want to, but I agree. This motherfucker wants to so bad. He got to be the center of attention all the time. And here he is admitting that he's the one that picked all the awardees.
Go ahead, please, Regis.
I just wanted to ask you, thank you, Mr. President. How involved were you in the selection process of these honorees?
I would say I was about 98% involved.
Oh, goody.
No, they all went through me.
Right.
They came over, Rick and Sergio and everybody. They said, I turned down plenty. They were too woke. I had a couple of wokesters.
I'm going wokesters. Yeah, I only picked MAGA supporters. I only picked right-wing dickheads, the worst people on earth. That's who I picked. I can't have anybody that actually has talent. Hey, I didn't choose based on talent. I choose based on how right-wing these pieces of shits were, because obviously that's what the fuck I did. Because that's what I'm rewarding in society. I'm punishing anybody who has common sense and talent.
No, we have great people.
He doesn't. So he has Kiss. Gene Simmons, one of the worst humans who ever lived. Gene Simmons actually spoken out against Donald Trump before, but now he's going to, all of them, I guess, are going to perform at Trump's little bullshit ceremony because they ain't about shit. Of course, Sylvester Stallone with his boomer ass. It's all boomer, MAGA dipshits all the way fucking down, because of course it is. And like I said, everything's got to be about him, folks. It's a me, 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 me. This guy's supposed to be serving the public, but it's all about serving himself and his ego.
1978, the Kennedy Center honors have been among the most prestigious awards in the performing arts. I wanted one. I was never able to get one. This year, it's true, actually.
It's true. Yeah, we know. You want every fucking thing. You want all the fucking awards. You want a participation trophy, even though you're not talented. You know, don't have any goddamn right to have any of these fucking awards.
Take it. If they would have called me, I waited and waited and waited, and I said, the hell with it. I'll become chairman. And I'll give myself an honor. Maybe I'm
gonna give myself an honor. Holy shit, it's just so wild. How can anybody support this man, right? This is exactly what they told me you do not want to be growing up, right? You don't want to be a loud, bloviating, self-aggrandizing braggart, right? You want to protect other people, lift other people up. It shouldn't all be about you, especially if you're the president. It's supposed to be serving the fucking public, but no, the opposite. Because it's the fakest people who ever goddamn lived. And remember Lou Diamond Phillips? You should love me some Lou Diamond Phillips from Young Guns. Remember that? Shot down in a blaze of glory. Take me now, but know the truth. Never had a single lesson. Anyway, he's back to shit on Donald Trump by quoting 1984 by George Orwell. I reported on this last show. The White House plans to conduct a wide-ranging review of the Smithsonian Institution exhibitions, materials, and operations to ensure the museums align with President Trump's views of American history. And this is directly out of 1984. Every record has been destroyed or falsified, every book rewritten, every picture has been repainted, every statue and street building has been renamed, every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Yeah, they sure hate erasing history, don't they? And now that Lou Diamond Phillips, hope you're doing well. And that. The Trump administration is now seeking to replace PBS with PragerU. They killed Big Bird. We can't have Sesame Street anymore. But right-wing Christian, actually, I know he's Jewish, but he puts out Christian propaganda, Dennis Prager. So this is what they're going to be putting in the schools, folks. I actually showed you this clip before, but it's so unbelievably outrageous that this is what they're replacing Big Bird with. I thought I would show it to you again. Here is Christopher Columbus talking about how slavery was no big deal.
Slavery is as old as time, and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no?
No, right? It's not too bad, right? I mean, it's not great, but it would be better than being killed. No, kill me, motherfucker. I'd much rather you kill me than separate me from my family, than rape me. You know what buck breaking is? You ever heard of that? That's where when black men, when they would dare resist their slave masters, they would take them and they would rape the shit out of them repeatedly over and over and over again to make sure they knew their place and they would never rise up again and speak back to their slave masters. Wouldn't you rather be fucking dead than that? Hell yeah, you would, except for Christopher Columbus wouldn't. You know, Christopher Columbus, who also was a pedophile and a slaver and one of the worst humans to ever exist.
Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
That's right! Before you judge the slave masters, the people that raped and murdered the slaves, you have to ask yourself, was it okay back then? It was super cool. Everybody was doing it, baby. So who are you to judge them? Yep, that's coming to your school soon, folks. This is what they're going to be teaching. Our history completely 100% erased and replaced by this. In the new American nightmare. And I'm going to skip that one. And let's check in with gerrymander wars and see how that's going. Now, Texas has, they deleted it. Texas has just basically gerrymandered 5 seats away from the Democrats, and one of the seats they got rid of was Jasmine Crockett's seat. And now they're bragging like a motherfucker all over right-wing social media about having her seat replaced. This is how it is in the new America. Democracy doesn't exist anymore. If you vote for somebody that they don't like, they will simply just remove her seat and put their buddies in there because your vote doesn't count anymore. And they're just bragging about it. They're bragging about the death of democracy. Ian Jagger. Jasmine Crockett will lose her congressional seat. God bless Texas. 73,000 likes for that, folks. Gunther Eagleman once again. Waffle House is hiring. Waffle House is hiring. Go get a job there. Racist. Every comment racist as fucking shit. Buzz Patterson. Ghetto bitch is gone. Yeah, not racist at all. They're just so giddy about the destruction of goddamn America. And at least, though, folks, I don't really like Gavin Newsome that much. But he is doing an epic trolling job against Donald Trump. So now he's doing his tweets like he's Donald Trump, all in caps, and he's trying to sound like Donald Trump. So Gavin Newsome tweets out, "Final warning, Donald Trump, maybe the most important warning in the history. Stop cheating or California will withdraw the maps. And guess who will announce it this week? Gavin Newsome. Many say the most loved and handsome governor and a very powerful team. Don't make us do it. Thank you for your attention on this matter." And then he tweeted out, "Donald Taco Trump, as many call him, missed the deadline. California will now draw new, more beautiful maps that will be historic as they will end the Trump presidency. Dems take back the House. Big press conference this week with powerful Dems and Gavin Newsome, your favorite governor. That will be devastating for MAGA. Thank you for your attention on this matter. Love it. More of that. A little taste of their own medicine. And I have this all in the wrong level. All right, let's move this to the end. This whole section. Now that's what I'll call Twitter is supposed to be after the Chud Watch. So let's go ahead and move it down there and continue with the Chud Watch. Chud Watch. God damn it, my shift key is fucked up. I gotta buy me a new keyboard. Let's move this down to, we'll do this right. Boom, we'll do that right there. Cool. And then, guess who got triggered by the gays, folks? Kevin Sorbo. And oh my God, these are the same people that always call everybody else snowflakes. Are you triggered, Libs? He's mad because they got a gay, I'm not trying to assume his sexuality, but a gay cheerleader for the Vikings, this gentleman. And he rocking it, pretty cute to be honest with you. And Kevin Sorbo's like, I've been a Viking fan all my life, sigh. I need a new team now. You whitey fucking bitch, change your diaper and get over it, Kevin Sorbo. Holy God, you are the snowflakes you've been looking for. And some people have been trolling him all day, and the trolling is beautiful, like this one. Dude, you literally are making out with a man in a 2019 film, Meet the Spartans, and it's you. Here you are. Not helpful, cat. Here you are, making out with a dude, Kevin Sorbo, with your shirt off. Pretty gay. I guess we should boycott you, Kevin Sorbo. I guess I got to find a new, I would say favorite actor, but you are the worst actor ever, so that doesn't fit. Meanwhile, speaking of triggered snowflakes, this guy freaking out because somebody put up a sign over the overpass that he doesn't agree with.
42 years I've been protesting. I've never experienced anything like this.
Trump is Hitler. Trump and Netanyahu both. So look at this guy. He got his fifis hurt. What's really going on here is he has so much of his identity wrapped up in Trump. These people have no personality whatsoever. They have nothing going for them. So Trump is their personality. So when you say Trump is Hitler, what they hear is that he is Hitler. You're not insulting Trump, you're insulting him. Because that's all he fucking is MAGA. And he can't have you exercise your free speech. You don't have fucking free speech. Free speech is what he says it is, folks. But you're all trigger snowflakes. You're all whitey piss babies, not him. He's a superior alpha male. Look at that fucking specimen. So tough, so badass. Had to pull over and do that. And now let's check in with the concentration camps to see how that's going. Apparently, ICE has deported 70 U.S. citizens because being a U.S. citizen doesn't save you in this country anymore. You don't have any rights. A recent report from the Government Accountability Office confirms what immigrant advocates have long warned. ICE has deported American citizens. Between 2015 and 2020, ICE has deported at least 70 people who are U.S. citizens. How is that possible? Well, I mean, if they don't have to give you due process, how is anybody going to know you're a citizen or not? They could just round anybody up, folks. That's the precedent they've already set. Meanwhile, in Tennessee, they're turning a private prison into a concentration camp. And yes, folks, they're funding the secret police more than the Marines. Not for just the brown people. It's you and me next. Officials in rural Tennessee town voted Tuesday to approve agreements to turn a former prison into an immigration detention facility operated by a private company. Why do we need so many of these all across the country? They're not even rounding up that many Browns. They're not able to even find it. They're so feckless at their jobs. They're deporting lower than Obama was doing. So what do they need all these concentration camps for, folks? Imagine if Democrats were doing this. Imagine what QAnon would be saying. But it's crickets because they don't actually care. And these are the type of people that have been made to feel very comfortable to behave as their worst selves in public by Donald Trump and the secret police. Here is a MAGA couple threatening some brown people for no fucking reason other than they're brown.
This dude said he was gonna shoot me.
Hey, call ICE on you.
I'm going to call ICE on you. I'm superior to you because I'm white.
See, they know that they're lowly pieces of shit. They know they're the bottom of the fucking food chain, the bottom of the fucking gene pool. So they got to feel superior to somebody for something. So what they've come up with is, I'm white and you're not, and so I'm superior to you. What's going to happen when you guys get rid of all the browns? Who are you going to feel superior to then? Think how hollow you're going to feel when you don't have anybody you can feel superior to.
Maybe ICE will deal with you.
Yeah, I'm going to secret police on you.
Inbred, slack-jawed yokels. Now look at this winner.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna?
What? I'm recording.
Why?
Cause I can.
Okay.
Because fuck
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Hi.
My name's April.
Okay, so
Okay.
leave. What are you doing? Get in your car and leave.
Why? I don't understand why you're.
I'm minding my business.
No.
How about you mind yours and get in your car and leave? Get in your car and leave, fatty.
Uh-oh. In Fights words, you can't be honest about her weight.
Yeah, it's okay for you guys to insult me, but I can't insult you, right? Yeah.
They're white. They're above reproach. That's brandishing. That's against the law.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, job of the gut.
It's pointing is good, honey.
Not that I would ever disparage anybody for their weight.
Bye. I'll still record from this way.
Yep, so the worst people feel very comfortable now just showing their ass in public. I'm going to call ICE. Even we got liberals saying that now, like I showed you in the last commercial, or the last show, rather. And, all right, that is my Chud Watch, folks. The show's almost over. We got a big after party. If you don't have your ticket to the after party tonight, go send out to my Patreon and help out the show. We need you. Keep the lights on. Support me and the cats. Patreon, or also you can just buy one here with the Dust Buddy subscription. But the after party I've been saving up for about a week, and it starts here, it goes all the way down here, folks. The after party night is about as big as this regular show was, so it won't be quite as long, but probably at least a good 30-minute after party coming your way. So get your ticket now. But if you haven't got your super chat in, get your super chat in right now, because the show is almost over. But for now, it's time to do everybody's favorite news segment. Now that's what I call Twitter. So for those of you playing home, you know that Twitter has been turned into a right-wing cesspool. Elon Musk has flipped the switch. That's not supposed to be on there. He's flipped the switch, and everybody's front page now is nothing but all the right-wing influencers. And it's almost entirely racism. And as I've been showing you guys the last couple of shows, the big new thing they're shoving down our throat is sorority girls dancing. Oh no! Prepare to be owned, everybody. We're going to be super owned here. First off, you libs, at what point do you just give up if you're a lib? Prepare to give up, guys. How can we be more owned than this? Oh no! White girls dancing poorly. They're sexy. They're thin. I see their bellies. I'm so old. I'm shook to my core. Please, no more. I can't take any more, Twitter. 19,000 likes for this, folks. Are you owned? Are you owned? And it's so stupid that all the right-wing news organizations have picked up on this fake controversy. Obviously, nobody on the left gives a shit. Nobody on the left is bothered by this. We like it. We like white girls dancing. We like anybody dancing. We like sexy girls dancing. Sexy girls been dancing for fucking ever. This is not a new thing, but they have to manufacture outrage to distract from the Epstein files. And to pretend like we actually give a shit about this because it gives them content to cover. And they do believe it, folks. They have total information control. This is what everybody on Twitter is saying, so they actually think the left is bothered by this. And so the news networks like Newsmax and Fox have picked up on this, and of course they are spreading this manufactured outrage. Case in point.
Over the last few weeks, students are heading back to college, particularly in the South. They start early down there. And one of the great American traditions for female college students is rushing a sorority.
Okay.
They don't do this in China. They don't do this in Russia. They don't do this in Namibia.
Okay.
They do it in America.
Yeah.
And that should be okay.
It is okay.
It should be okay to celebrate things that are uniquely American.
It's always been okay.
But over the past several years, we haven't done that. We've been scared.
What are you talking about? No, we haven't. This is like, oh my God, you can say Merry Christmas again. The left outlawed saying Merry Christmas. No, they didn't. Everybody always said Merry Christmas. Literally nothing changed. They just pretended like something changed. And so basically they're just making this shit up to pretend like they fucking fixed it. It's just crazy. Nobody gave a shit if you danced as a sorority before, which they continuously did.
Scared of the backlash, scared of who we might offend.
What?
We've been told that what you're seeing here is wrong.
By who?
We were told there wasn't enough diversity in all these videos. But all that is changing. And it's changing because of what happened in November.
Oh my God.
What you're looking at are sorority sisters competing with other sororities
I'm so
at other
tired,
schools
y'all.
all over the country, making these videos to try and attract new members this fall.
They've
it
always
started
done
at
that.
just one college. Sisters choreograph a dance, and now it's a trend that has only grown from there.
It is a new viral trend, but they've done this for fucking ever. You guys have watched TikTok, right? TikTok is nothing but white girls dancing. You know, this thing, whatever they're doing, every fucking TikTok video for the last 20 years, or girls doing this on the TikTok. It's stupid as shit, but that's the new big trend. They just took it and made more girls do it. Nobody's ever given a fuck about this.
To dozens of colleges. You can't watch these videos without smiling and maybe wishing that you were in college. Maybe wishing that this could be you again. And that should be
I do wish I was a hot girl. You're
After
right about
4
that.
years of Joe Biden and DEI and tremendous reverse discrimination, especially against white people, especially against white men, fun is back.
Fun is back.
When people say America's healing,
This is so
they're typically
bizarre.
talking about the border being closed or inflation coming down or common.
And it's not just Newsmax doing this. Literally, Fox News been doing round-the-clock coverage, folks. Instead of covering Jeffrey Epstein, this is what they're covering, y'all.
Over the last few weeks, students are heading back to college, particularly in the South. They start early down there. And one of the great American traditions for female, they don't do this in America. The past
that's not the Fox News clip, but I must have clicked on the wrong thing. Let's see. Here it is, the Fox News clip.
Sororities are back and sexy again. Hot TikTok dances from college sororities across the country are going viral and outraging liberals on social media.
I love these sorority videos. I was in a sorority, and in the last few years, remember what we told our girls that they had to live with? Biological men in sororities, and somehow that was accepted. And when girls tried to speak out, they were totally
There are like 3 trans women on Earth. What are you talking about?
ostracized, and they were publicly shamed.
Being a Tri-Delta used to mean you had school spirit. Then Biden happened. The only 3 letters Democrats wanted to see, DEI. It wasn't just sisters anymore. The brothers wanted to bed next to Becky. Thankfully, that era's over. It's the golden age, babe. And Sydney Sweeney's got great genes.
The dumbest
if we
age.
look at it like the Renaissance, the rebirth,
It's
we've
the
been in this
Renaissance,
gothic
y'all.
kind of dark stage of wokeism, and now we're
We're in the
re-emerging,
dark
and it's so
ages.
exciting.
You couldn't
People
be
are
white
celebrating
before.
that you can be beautiful, you
Couldn't
can
even
have fun,
dance.
and you don't have to
The
feel
whole
shame
nation
and
was the
sadness
town
over
from
these
Footloose.
things.
That's why so many people are mad, because they are young, they are hot, and they are having
We're
fun.
so
I
mad.
love that, the Renaissance, right? Because the Italian Renaissance gave us those great artists, right? And the birth of Venus and all those things. I love it. By the way, you hit my sweet spot there.
It's the Renaissance, y'all. Just make it make sense. It's literally the dumbest fucking timeline. But hey, total information control, folks. All they got to do is pay all these people to post all this shit continuously, and then Elon Musk make sure you're all on the front fucking page. And then all the young people think, oh my God, the left hated dance. That's why we have to vote for martial law. That's why we have to vote for Donald Trump to get $1 billion plane for free and for $37 trillion in deficit. We don't want to do that. We have to do that because the left was trying to outlaw white people dancing. So we had no choice, literally. This is why the country's collapsing. It's the dumbest fucking timeline. And speaking of hot, big booty white girls.
Can I ask you a question?
Where are the SD files? Where are the SD files? Who gives a shit about that shit? I want the SD files! Yeah! I agree with that one. It's obviously a distraction, but hey, it works, folks. Almost nobody talking about the Epstein files anymore. The Google searches have dropped to fucking nothing. They're about to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. They're going to get away with all of it. And this is how they're doing it, folks. This is how it fucking works. This is how dumb the country is. And one more. My timeline is nothing but white girls dancing and the libs are triggered. Every post is like this. Donald Trump, wow, highest polling Republican president in history. Thank you. I mean, that's true. You are. Because they don't give a shit that you're a pedophile. They don't give a shit that you're a criminal. They don't give a shit that you've added more to the deficit than any president has ever added to the deficit. They don't give a shit that you're the most corrupt president ever. You've made $5 billion since you've been in the White House. They don't care about anything, right? It's a cult. But he's got to make the left go nuclear triggered on this one. They're such a simple people. All they have to do is post the word triggered. The left is triggered over and over and over. Every single post. 49,000 likes. That's all it takes to be a right-wing influencer, folks. Make millions of dollars. Just claim the left is triggered about everything. And I mean, I guess I am. I guess I'm triggered, but not because of the reason you say, just because it's all so fucking stupid all the time. In the worst timeline. And all right, that is my Chud Watch for this evening. And I only got one more to finish you guys off with, and we're going to go do a big after party tonight. So if you don't have your ticket, get your ticket immediately, if not sooner. The leftists get triggered is just bullshit. Yes, of course, but hey, it works. They like that shit over and over again. They love to be fed the steady diet of the same shit. I guess if you have a simple mind, it's incredibly easy to wrap your mind around. So you don't have to learn anything new. Just the left is triggered. They're on. They're on. Everybody's on. I'm on them. We won. We're winning. We're on them. That's all they care about. Retarded. That's what they fucking are. God damn it. And all right, we're along, folks. I got one hero for you. It ain't Mark Maron this time, y'all. It is a comedian though. And boom. And the one and only or not, I've seen this all over my social media. Jon Stewart. People are begging Jon Stewart to run for president, and I fully support this. One of the only people I can see actually supporting for president, Jon Stewart. Somebody I actually think might be a decent president of all the choices. Should Jon Stewart run for president in 2028? I was skeptical about a Stewart candidacy, but maybe the Daily Show host is the right person to shake up the Democratic presidential primaries. He's one of the few people that actually have stood up against Israel. He's almost right on every issue. Of course, he'll probably end up being a giant disappointment, but hey, of all the choices we have, I think he actually has a good chance to win. It'll probably be either him or Gavin Newsome, and he's way better than fucking Gavin Newsome. And so hopefully, fuck Beto, Jon Stewart. I'm throwing my early support behind Jon Stewart. We'll see. Hopefully, we can get enough buzz out there and encourage him to run. We'll see what happens. And all right, folks, that's my show for tonight. Had a quick one, but pretty good overall. And now we got a big after party. Starts here and goes all the way down to here. So if you got a ticket, please come hang out with me tonight at the after party. And folks, do me a favor. I have a Patreon. A patron is basically patron is where you agree. Shut up, Dusty. To chip in a couple bucks and help me keep the lights on. I have Animal Sanctuary, but also I work really hard. I mostly make about minimum wage for the show. So if you want to help me on the show, if you like the daily shows, or if you just like my show in general, because it's really the only show of its kind, could you please consider going to Patreon and chipping in a couple bucks? If you click on the More button on the description of every video I make, the very first link is to my Patreon. Click on that and click Become a Member, and you just like chip in a couple bucks. And not only do you help the show and help me stay in business, but also you get tickets to all the after parties I do. I'm going to try to do a couple a week. Going to do a big one the fucking night. So get your ticket right now. Please help out the show. Please don't let me go out of business because you'll be sad. You wake up one day and the show ain't around no more. And you be like, I should have chipped in $5. Please do it before it's too late. And all right, thank you, folks. Going to read the super chats and get out of here. But stick around. Big after party coming up. And I got a piece of viewer mail. I know what this is already. This is my vegan magazine from Veggie Owl Girl. Hell yeah, I'm going to have to make some of these recipes. And usually there's $20 in here. Maybe it's in there somewhere. I think she said she sent me $20. Hopefully it's in this magazine and didn't get stolen. Anyway, it's fine if you didn't, either way. But thank you, Veggie Algar, for the magazine. I appreciate it. You fucking rock. If there's money in here, I do not see it, though. Let's see. Money, 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 money. There is no money in this thing. All right. Well, then. Anyway, I appreciate it. It's Forks and Knives plant-based. Oh, $20 here. I got it. I got it. Yeah, $20. Thank you. I read your comment before when you said you sent me $20. So very generous. My favorite gift, money. And hey, if you guys want to send me something, there is a address in every video I make for my P.O. box. You know what I need? I need weed. Those little cartridges of weed. I hadn't smoked weed in like 6 months, guys. Anybody got some weed they can send me? I suck your dick for some weed. Hook a brother up. Somebody send me some weed. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And BBC, first off tonight, as he always is. Love me some BBC. One of the heroes keeping the show in business. Everybody love the BBC. Him and Rebecca Poise. Rebecca says, have a lot of shows to binge. Been caught up in the loss of a co-worker. I'm really sorry to hear that. Our thoughts go out to you. I know how devastating that can be to lose somebody close to you. But just know we're here for you if you need it. Always grateful for your work and best community on YouTube. We do have a great community, and don't hesitate to reach out. I know you can't hang out with the shows live usually. I wish you could, because we definitely have a good community that's here for you. But just let us know if anything, Rebecca, and thank you. Everybody, please send your love to Rebecca and support. Cedar for $40. Love you, Dusty, playing D&D tonight. I will catch you in the replay. Hey, thanks for supporting it, and hope you roll hard 20. I don't know. Is that how D&D works? Not sure. Little old Mimi 35, woo! That is very generous. Fuck yeah, little Mimi. Hugs and kisses to Mimi. That fucking rocks. Thank you for supporting the show. It means a lot, Mimi. Agent Orange, $20. Was the MAGA terrorist also a youth pastor? I guess he wasn't, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'd rather him molest people, I guess, than murder them, but holy shit. Why? It's almost always a MAGA doing all these fucking mass shootings. Of course it is, because they're just crazy as fucking shit. Thank you, Agent Orange. $10 from Jesse Hart. Didn't think I'd see this country fall apart. Yeah, man, I didn't think it'd fall apart this fucking quick, but holy shit. It's a race to the bottom. Hopefully it's going to happen sooner than later. It's better that it happens quick than long, drawn-out death so we can rebuild quicker. So it seems like that's the way it's going, at least. Silver linings. Matt Pinta, $10. I'm enjoying the new daily format. Apologies for not having donated in a while. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm still trying it. We'll see if I'm able to keep this up, folks. It's so much work. It's so tiring. I don't have very much time to do anything anymore except for working this show. And so I'm trying to keep my morale up and keep doing this. And so if you enjoy the show, please support it. And please leave comments, like the show, share them. And, go sign up my Patreon. I'm trying. That's all you do is try, but I do appreciate you. Thank you, Jesse. And Matt. Big Nick, $5. A renal and cardio diet along with 9 supplements and 3 prescriptions keep me alive. I have a cardiac arrest and stage 4 kidney disease failure. Hey, do what you got to do. Whatever it takes to stick around long enough so we can reach the singularity and live forever. Yay for Chud Watch. Hell yeah, Carolyn. Good to see you tonight. Hugs and kisses to you. Mudbutt, $20. Here's a few bucks for your kitties. Fuck yeah, we'll put this kitty right here just for you, Mudbutt. I'm going to scratch her booty. Not like right in the booty, just like her, outside of the booty area. Oh, okay. I'll scratch this guy's head. His head's basically like an ass. Thank you, Mudbutt. Jeremy Cagle, $2. Thank you, Dusty, for your hard work. Hey, thank you for donating, Jeremy. I appreciate you. Koya Rick Kelly. Even the fact we are joking about a third term is legitimizing it, and we keep doing it. It really isn't not funny not to be a buzzkill. Hey, it's sort of a buzzkill, to be honest with you. I'm not really joking about it. I think that's something legitimately he's going to fucking do. It's not a joke when I say that. How many times have I said I think that's the fucking plan? What's a joke about that? Tip jar for the kiddies. Love you. Hey, love you. Appreciate you. Smoky stew's delicious. Hell, Satan, because Satan is the most logical choice. Hey, he don't exist, but if he did, I would definitely worship him over Jesus. Thank you, Smokey. And drop in a chat for kitty appearance. Which one you want to see? This one's, how about some Baby Yoda? Baby Yoda. And we got Mr. Pretty Boy over here. He's the daddy's boy. He's always got to be up my ass. Yeah. Oh, my God, he's so cute. He's purring so loud. Can you hear him? Nope. And thank you, Smokey. Comrade. Oh, Smokey sent 5 tickets. Fuck yeah. Hey, if you got a ticket, be sure to check the community section of YouTube. You now have a free ticket to watch tonight's after party and all the after parties. Come hang out and give Smokey still your love. And if you want a ticket, be here live because they randomly give them away to those here live on my show. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, 5 days a week. The Daily Dusty coming at you. Comrade, $20. Hey, hell yeah. My fellow comrade. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for doing the show. One gift from Kuya. Appreciate you, Kuya. Another gift from Kuya. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Kuya. That's 2. If you got it, give me your love. $7.99 Australian from Carmel Bad Chat. What's up, future motherfucker? Appreciate you, Carmel. Come hang out at the after party. 5 tickets from Hello, Mr. Anderson. Like I said, super generous audience. We have one of the best audience on YouTube. We have actually the best left-wing audience, the best progressive audience by far. There are not many. There are not many actual progressive shows on YouTube, but definitely out of them all, we have the best fucking audience. So be sure to come hang out with us live because they're very generous and give lots of tickets away. And another one from Kuya. Appreciate you, Kuya. And last but not least, Debbie Wicks, $10. Debbie, you fucking rock. And I appreciate you and all of you donated tonight. Very generous. Thank you, guys. And folks, after party coming up next. Hell yeah. Oh, at the buzzer, $5 from Thoughts on the Young Turk strategy of aligning with right on areas we agree with, like Palestine and Epstein. I don't know. I ain't really paying too much attention to the Young Turks anymore. I'll call them out when they do bullshit, but if they do some good shit, I'll pat them on the back too. So if they're doing good, good on them. And all right, a little Deny, Defend, Oppose, an original song by Dusty Smith. And let's do a kitty party. After party coming up next. The rest of you, I'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Have a good Thursday. Good night, everybody.
Deny, defend, depose.
Denied the cure, denied the care, left to die, but they don't despair. Families crying, hope is thin. They see the gates, but can't get in. Defend the empire, guard the prize. Profit margins above human lives. Policies written, lives disposed. They stamp it cold. Deny, defend, depose. Deny the claims, defend the lie. Depose the weak, let the strong survive. They thought it was power, but the cracks now show. What you reap, you sow.
Get it, party!
Deny, defend, depose. A shot rang out, the streets went still. Not just a man, but the system they killed. The crowd didn't mourn, they cheered instead. Not for his death, but for what he'd said. Your life's a number, your worth's a fee. A kingdom built on misery. The people's anger finally rose against the words. Deny, defend, depose. Deny the claims, defend the lie. Depose the weak, let the strong survive. They thought it was power, but the cracks now show. What you reap, you sow. Deny, defend, depose. This ain't revenge, it's the cost of greed. A reckoning born of big needs. You push too hard, you cross that line. The people fight back one life at a time. Deny the claims, defend the lie. Depose the weak, let the strong survive. They thought it was power, but the cracks now show. What you reap, you sow. Deny, defend, depose. The streets remember, the pain still flows from the seeds they planted. The anger grows when the system crumbles. Everyone knows it started with deny, defend, depose.
Switch over now. Good night, everybody.
Warning. The stunts in this